Hello and welcome to Too Old and Too Slow. My name's Richard, and in this video we start the season at Brands Hatch racing the GP circuit at the HSCC Super Prix. In the last video you saw me shake down the car at Mallory Park. I've made a few adjustments to the car. The biggest one is inside, it's the seat. I've got a slightly more conventional seat compared to the old Chesterfield I had, and that is a lot more comfortable. Gives me a lot better vision out the car and gives me a little bit more confidence with the car as well. So let's see how things worked out when I went testing at the Brands Hatch Indy circuit. And we ride on board. This time I'm using a V-Box system to give some telemetry. Left hand side is the first session of the day with a new set of tyres I'm scrubbing in for the race, and on the right hand side is last year's tyres, so they're pretty old, pretty battered. You'll see on the left hand side I've got a rev limiter which I've installed in the car but set up incorrectly. You'll see a red light blinking from time to time, and also that causes the engine to misfire when I go above about 6,200 revs. Anyway, these are just two representative laps from my testing session on the Indy track. So that was Brands Hatch, shaking the car down at the Indy circuit. I made quite a few adjustments thanks to Jordan. The rear shock absorbers, so I've taken a lot of that off, given a lot more play, and also tightened up the front anti-roll bar. So the car is going great. Just need to load it up, get to Brands and try and find my way around the GP circuit. I've never tested there, I've never driven it, and testing is on Friday, but the problem is it's sold out, and also it's really expensive, like £700 for a day's testing. So what I've done is I've invested some time on the Xbox and I'm trying to learn the circuit virtually. So this is one of the qualifying laps. I don't think it was the fastest I did, but it's probably one of the cleanest. So running up towards Druids, which is a second gear right-hander, before running down towards the Cooper Straight. Car in front seems to light up the back wheels, slides off into the barrier if you can look behind in the camera, facing rearwards. So blast down here. Next is left-hander into Surtees. Trying to find a good line through here, still trying to learn the track. This is maybe the fifth or sixth lap I've done. There's a car behind me coming through, giving a bit of space to come through on the left hand side. I'm running down to the magnificent corner which is Hawthorne, which is a fourth gear right hander. Ideally just power around, not even a lift, but I think I probably lift and also braked. Right hander towards Westfield, dropping down to Dingle before Sheen Curve. Trying to stay out of the traffic, let the faster cars go through. Just driving my own lap. Difficult left-hander Sterlings, and then a blast down here through third into fourth towards Clearways. Trying to brake late, drop it down to third and round, and that completes a lap. My lap time for qualifying was 1:52, which put me on 18th on the grid out of 22 starts, and straight in to a rolling start. Never done one of these before. On the right hand side is Alan Fincham, trying to get nice and tight and try and negotiate a good start from here. It's all very chaotic. I've practiced on the Xbox but never done this before in reality. at the end of the first lap. The guys in front are getting away a little bit. I've got to try and push on as hard as I can. But I'm just still finding my way around. Just don't have the confidence to really push through these corners. I hope that will come with time. Right now I don't know what the hell's going on. The cars in front are getting away and the guys behind are catching me up. I just need to push on. So fast forward around Paddock Hill and trying to catch up with the guys in front, but finding it increasingly hard. I'm braking too early and not carrying enough speed through these corners. As we go down the straight towards Hawthorns, it becomes apparent I just didn't have enough speed, and the cars behind are really making ground on me now. There comes a point where I have to get enough room to let Ben Hadfield through, and also Alan comes through after him as well. So my next job is to try and stick with these guys, try and learn from these guys and keep up with them as best I can. The major problems I have is I don't have much experience racing against people. I seem to get anxious and quite cautious around other drivers, and I should be slightly more aggressive. And I know these guys, and I know they won't do anything to cause an accident, so I just need a little bit more positivity through these corners. We run up towards Surtees. You can see Ben really getting away from me here, and just around this corner he really gets a lot more distance on me. I think he carries a lot more speed through there, so that's an area I need to work on. Guys in front are getting away from me, and I'm willing the car on. Unfortunately, I'm just not pushing hard enough. I need maybe another 10 more laps around this circuit to get comfortable, but they're getting away. Anyway, forward about a lap. Right hand side, you can see an oil flag. You can see the oil on the track. I don't see it. I'm focusing on the guys in front, and then round I go. Complete spin, engine stalls. I managed to restart pretty quickly, and that puts me behind Mike Saunders. The oil spill brings out a safety car, and we will bunch up behind the safety car and get ready for a restart. I've got the green lights and the green flags. Mike's got a little slow start. I'm stuck behind him a little bit. What I need is a bit more confidence through here, but nope, not enough. And there's a car off in the gravel. That distracted me slightly, and I should have pushed through there. I could have gone through there so much faster. Push on the inside. Again, door closed by Mike, and sit on his tail. We're racing with historic Formula 3s, and that's one on the right. Now's an opportunity to slide past Mike. All I need to do is outbrake him down here. I can easily do this, but confusion. Another Formula 3 car comes in and gets in the way. I'm all over my mirrors. There's cars behind me. I'm looking for a spot. Can't go left, can't go right. So I just sit behind Mike and wait for the last car to go through, and then dive up the outside. Unfortunately, that was all for nothing, because the session gets red flagged because of the car in the gravel at Paddock Hill. So the place I won from Mike, I have to give back, because the session finished before this lap was completed. And this is race 2. Straight in and up Paddock Hill. I found myself quite a long way at the back because of the spin in the last race. I've got Phil and Mike ahead of me around Druids, and what I want to do is get past Mike as quickly as I can, because he is quite a difficult person to overtake. So we head towards Surtees, thinking about round the outside. I could have easily done that with a little bit more confidence. Maybe a cut back on the inside. But I lose the momentum. And he starts to block me on the way up towards Hawthorns. At this point, I'm starting to feel a little bit more confident. Definitely feel I'm faster than Mike. So up the inside, get the job done, round we go. You may have seen in some of the in-car footage that the car is sporting a airbox. This came with the car. I haven't fitted it until now. It looks pretty good. I enjoyed seeing some of the photos of it fitted. So now that's a permanent feature. It was like this in period, and it's just attached with some nuts and bolts, and that's super secure. So it's time for post-race maintenance. That will be an oil change and a filter change. It's done 230 odd miles on the since the last oil change, so it's time for an oil change. And also I'll do a compression check just for my peace of mind, just to make sure the engine is still as healthy as it can be. So that was the HSCC Super Prix at Brands Hatch. What a privilege it was to race there. I just think of all the famous people who've driven around that track, and to find myself doing it was just incredible. I was pretty pleased with the performance of the car. The car did great, no problems at all. The biggest downside was my personal performance, but you know, that's work in progress. I could definitely push a lot harder. The car was set up so well that there's so much more time left in the car. But this is a process of learning. So, thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe and like this video, and I'll speak to you next time.